Hey there my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liz, my company is Hello From Liz Mathews, and I'm so excited to spend time with you today for FlossTube episode number 100. We made it. It's taken about 5 years for me to get to this milestone, but I am so excited to post this episode, the big 100, and we are going to celebrate that with a little something for you that we're going to talk about in a little bit. Today is May something. I don't know. It's been about another month since my last video, but whoa, things have been happening here, and we will chat about that as we get going. This is an episode about cross-stitch crafts, things I love, and just an opportunity for us to sit down together, friend to friend, face to face. Imagine I have a coffee here and we're just chit-chatting, and I welcome you to grab a craft project, you're stitching, sit back, relax. Anything I talk about in this video, I am going to list in the description box. As always, no need to stop your crafting, and you'll also find all of my contact information and pertinent information in the box that you drop down, the description box below. Here we are. Things look different back here. Yeah, we're moving. I'm overwhelmed. That's what I am. Mostly excited, but there is still a lot on the to-do list. But Joe and I did find a house. We are under contract for our dream house. We move mid-June, so you can see we've been packing and kind of really focusing on that, and that is how a month has gone by since my last video. But I am happy to tell you that in that month I have had some new starts. I have a new design to share with you. I have lots of information. So let's back it up a little bit and do what we always do, which is start with Hello From Liz Mathews news. I am going to be looking at my iPad. I have had this iPad for couple years now, and for some reason I have just now been embracing it so much for note-taking and searching and playing my floss tube, and so I've got some notes down here. I'm going to be referencing that. So as always, I always begin with news that pertains to my company, which is Hello From Liz Mathews. I am a cross-stitch designer living and working in Maryland, and I have some updates for you as far as business goes. The big new exciting update is that the website that I told you Joe was working on, that is independent of Etsy, it is our own standalone hellofromlizmathews.com website. It's up and running. Joe did a fabulous job, and I'm so excited to have our own independent page, which includes things like freebies, corrections, There's only a couple on there, thankfully, but it happens to every designer, so you can find any corrections on there. And most excitingly, there is a shopping page, so you can get any one of the nearly 100 Hello From Liz Mathews designs. I'm sorry, they just started mowing the grass next door and it just really threw me for a loop. If you hear that, please excuse it. I don't want to postpone this video any longer, so let's just chat through it. Don't mind that. So we do have the shopping page on the website. Hooray! Like I said, you can get nearly 100 Hello From Liz Mathews designs in PDF form right now, delivered right to your email. I know that PDF stitching is really on the rise. I have yet to learn how to do that. I really need someone or myself to invest some time in learning how to use markup, RXP, or what's the other one? And also Notion. Here I am telling you how I'm just embracing my iPad now, so maybe it's a good time to learn some of those programs. But anyway, if you are a PDF stitcher, or if you like to print out PDFs to have a working copy, you can do all of that through hellofromlizmathews.com. Don't forget, Mathews has just one T. My name is spelled a little oddly. And happy shopping. I would maybe if I were you, try to enter the code HELLO in the discount or coupon code section of checkout, and you'll receive a little something from us just to celebrate the launch of the website and make sure you can get everything you want there. We did also load the 2 most recent releases, so I think a total of about 8 new designs spanning from Christmas 2024 through all of the new market releases onto the website. So happy shopping. I was so happy to have that up and running. There's just a lot of information on there that I plan to add to as we go, so make sure you check that out. As far as the Hello From Liz Mathews membership goes, I do have a new design out, and it is perfect for this time of year. This is called Strawberry Moon. This is available to Pattern Stasher members of my Patreon membership and all access members of my Patreon membership. And this piece is just perfect for the Strawberry Moon Sal that happens every June in the cross stitch community. That is what inspired this piece. It's the Sal hosted by Marjorie of Marjorie Made on Instagram. And this Sal, which features anything that you want to stitch that has a strawberry in it, has really taken the cross stitch community by storm over the last year. Everybody seems to like strawberries. I have a couple designs with them, and the whole idea of the strawberry moon, which is, I believe, the moon phase for June, just inspired me and made me want to create this piece. So you get 2 different options with this design, just the scene or this longer piece that says meet me under the strawberry moon. And if this is something you would like to stitch for the Sal that starts in June, you can get this in the membership right now. I will be stitching it, and we'll be talking about that when I get to plans in just a minute. I hope that you love it. I can't wait to get a needle going on this. The details about this piece, I will give them to you just briefly in case your interest is piqued. It's 65 wide by 76 high in the smaller version, and the longer version is 61 wide by 126 high. The one with the text is that longer one. And this is going to be model stitched with Dinky Dyes thread, though a thoughtful DMC conversion is listed as always. This computer rendering is meant to represent Sapphire linen by Fiber on a Whim, one of my all-time favorites, and I'm gonna save the rest of the details for, like I said, the plans portion of this video. But I just wanted to make sure you saw that piece and know it's available until June 15th, right now through June 15th. Also in the Hello From Liz Mathews membership, I just launched a new feature. It's called Community News and Notes. And it is just a place for me to capture and share with you all of the tidbits of information, things I don't want you to miss friend to friend, and combine it and put it in one post that I can share with you. Things like retreat signups, new releases, not from me, but from the community, things like that I just think you want to know about will be featured in that news section that will be posted semi-regularly whenever I've collected enough information to share with you in the membership. And speaking of the Hello From Liz Mathews membership, that brings me to the giveaway to celebrate this 100 episode milestone. I would like to give 10 of you watchers and subscribers a 1-month complimentary membership to the Hello From Liz Mathews Patreon. If you already happen to be a member, no problem. Just let me know and we will swap that prize out for Hello From Liz Mathews pattern of your choice. It will be delivered to you digitally, and this giveaway is open to both domestic and international stitchers. All are welcome to join. And if you would like to throw your name in the hat, all you need to do is leave a comment in the comment section of this video using the keyword milestone, M-I-L-E-S-T-O-N-E. And that will be your entry for the random comment picker that I will do, selecting 10 of you to win that 1-month membership. It's just a small way for me to say thank you so much for helping me reach this milestone and give something back to you. please, please, please don't use the word giveaway in your comment. That will bring all of the trolls and gremlins to the comment section, and we don't want that. But I do want to just say thank you one more time and wish you good luck in the giveaway. Since we last chatted, I have had 2 new starts. I pulled out no whips. I went all new start. I think I said in my last video I was feeling very new start-ish, and that's exactly what I did. I had a girls crafternoon with my best friend Annie, XO Needle in the Hay XO, and while I did prepare 3 new starts for the afternoon, turns out that was a little bit ambitious and we like to chat a little too much. But I did get a couple threads in on Good Tidings by the Drawn Thread. This is something that we've chatted about in previous videos, and I mentioned how this is one of my all-time favorites, and I thought it was time to get it started. I've seen this model at my LNS a couple times, and I'm always just so like, what is that, drawn to it. So I have a very meager start to share with you. I have an A and an S, the end of Christmas, and that's all I got in before we got chatting. Actually, I did some secret stitching while we were there, I just remembered. So I did a little bit more than this, but I am happy to have a start on Good Tidings. I brought 3 different fabric options with me to get started on. I wasn't sure which direction I wanted to go. I thought that piece would look really good on this, what is this called? Mini Dot Natural, but ultimately I decided to go with a solid, and I went with the darkest fabric that I brought. This is Straw Linen by Weeks Dye Works, 36 count, and I thought it was the closest to the original and would really allow the white to show up. That's something I always struggle with, choosing something a little too light that doesn't have enough contrast with the white, and I think it will be no problem with this thread. Let me hold it up, or excuse me, with this fabric. The white will definitely show well, and I'll have no problems with that. Now, if you look at the stitches I put in, I want to call your attention to the gorgeous thread. This piece called for 2 fancy flosses, and when I say fancy flosses, I guess I'm referring to over-dyed threads from Dinky Dyes. The rest are all solid color NPIs, which are technically fancy flosses too. But this red, man, oh man, it is so pretty. It is called Shades of Wine, and the variegation is just spectacular, and it really translates so well in the stitches. I love this thread, and I feel like if I find myself ever needing to pull a different kind of Christmassy red, this is one that I would reach for again and again. Look at that variegation. So very pretty. And it also, I have to say, really shows well in the cover photo. And sometimes that's really hard to capture, but like the Drawn Thread did a great job choosing this shot, because it gives you a feel for how pretty that red will look when you get stitching. So that is one new start. Like I said, I have some things that I can't share with you yet. It's kind of secretive, or yet to be released in the membership or at Needlework Marketplace that's coming before you know it. Ooh, the thought of looking at a calendar right now is a little bit overwhelming. But that is one new start, and let me show you the other new start I had. This is just from last night. I just felt like I wanted to put some new stitches in and start something fresh, and that's what I did. This is something that I intended to bring to Annie's for our crafternoon, but I waited too long to pull all of the thread colors. It's kind of a chunky DMC list. Don't mind the plastic bag. I have packed up all of my project bags. They're boxed up, taped up. I couldn't tell you where they are right now, so I'm resorting to the good old-fashioned Ziploc project bag. So although I wanted to start this that afternoon, I went over to hang out with Annie I didn't have time to pull all the thread, so I did it yesterday, and I got some stitches in on Painted Flowers by Shakespeare's Peddler. This has been another one of my favorites since it was released. It calls for 2 fancy flosses, which I have in the bag all kitted up, and the rest are DMC. This is a piece that I have just a small start on, and the reason is I don't know if this is the right fabric. Now, Shakespeare's Peddler gives you 2 fabric options. One is the black fabric that it was model stitched on, and the other is a computer rendering of a lighter color fabric. I am absolutely drawn to the black fabric, but it turns out I don't have any black fabric in stash, like any at all. How did that happen? When I was designing many years ago, I used to put everything on black fabric just for that like pop and that really vibrant wow factor. But I guess I didn't save any linen from 20 years ago. That's not really surprising. So I need to get my hands on some. In fact, I put an Instagram poll up last night asking what everybody's favorite black linen is to stitch on, and I've gotten some good responses. I will be sure to share it when that poll closes. But I need to order some. I just think those colors really show up so beautifully on that. And the closest I had in stash is Peppercorn from Color & Cotton. And though it is very pretty, it's more of a gray than a black, and I'm just not sure it's what I'm looking for. Though now that I'm looking at it, it's very nice. But it's very hard to see those dark green stitches down here. See how they just kind of fade away? So I think I'm going to put a pause on this until I can put some stitches in some black linen and see what I like more. But this was a really fun start. I didn't get very far, of course, but it was a fun stitch nonetheless. I do have some plans that I thought I would share with you. I am holding my plans in this super cute project bag that I ordered from Lindy Stitches. It's from Dinky Dyes, and look at all of the little motifs on here. So cute. It came as a pack of 2. I haven't put anything in this little squiggle pouch yet, but living in here, the whole reason I bought the pouches, are the supplies for my strawberry moon start. Like I said, I plan on doing this using Dinky Dyes thread on Sapphire fabric, and let me show you this palette in case you are interested in stitching strawberry moon too. The only color I'm missing and I need to place an order for is the black coral Dinky Dyes thread, and I'm going to place that order today so I can have it for my start on June 1st. But this is the color palette on that Sapphire fabric from Fiber on a Whim. This is 36 count. So I am going to be using 2 strands of Dinky Dyes thread to stitch this, and I really can't wait to get started. I don't often get to participate in sals, so I'm really excited to do this Strawberry Moon sal in June. Looking forward to it so much, and I have been really enjoying these Dinky Dyes threads. I've used them a couple times. In fact, I had that black coral and I used it for a monochromatic stitch. I can't remember which one now, but I'm really looking forward to getting these bobbinated or on thread drops. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, and getting a needle going on Strawberry Moon. So that is one plan I have. And then I was also thinking, as I mentioned previously, I have turned into quite the knitter. In fact, I knit this sweater too. I just bound it off. But I just finished it and blocked it, and this is my second time wearing it. And yes, I continue to knit, and I'm gonna save that content, but I just couldn't help but tell you right now. But within the knitting community, people do this thing where they make seasonal plans, like what I plan to knit this spring, what I plan to knit this summer. And I have been doing that very much. I've been overthinking it, overanalyzing it, all of my summer knitting plans. And I think I'm gonna do that for cross stitch because I love planning. I like setting goals and making, I don't know, like project plans, don't you? Kitting things up, picking your favorite, overthinking it. I love all of that stuff. So I think what I'm gonna do is come June 1st, post a video with my summer stitching plans, goals, subject to change, things I really wanna start that inspire me, that I would love to have at least a start on, maybe not a finish for some bigger pieces, but who knows? I just love those types of videos where people are sharing their plans and hopes for a season. So I'm gonna just do that for cross stitch. So you can look for my summer knitting plans video to be posted hopefully by June 1st. I say that knowing that I am entering a very, very busy time of year and we are only 10 days away from June 1st. What day is summer? I need to see what day summer starts and make that my post goal. Probably gonna be the same day we close on the new house. But you know what? I will make it work. And one of the things that has really, really gotten me excited about these plans and stitching goals is the new house, because I have this fantastic filming area and I'm envisioning the backdrop. I know this is crazy. Like of all the things I need to be focusing on, it's the backdrop for my videos that has me really, really excited. And I think I have a plan and it just involves lots of stitching. So I am ready to take that on and make my plans and my dream background come true. And that means I need to make some plans and get going. I will save that for another video when I tell you more about my house and the new workspace, because I do want to do a little tour for you. And that is honestly the whole reason we're moving, is to have more workspace, and I do, in fact. I can't wait to share it with you. So like I said, that will come when we get moved mid-June, and you can look for that video for me about my summer stitching plans to come the first day of summer. I'm revising it from June 1st to the first day of summer, if all things go according to plans. I invite you to make some seasonal plans along with me. I did receive 2 pieces of kindness. They are both from my friend Annie. One is by Cross Stitch Antiques. It is in memory of Louise, 1874, and it is this beautiful chart. I think this is so vintage, antique-y, and beautiful. And I think what I love the very most is this duck floating in a pond right up there. Can you see him? And this is of course taken from an antique sampler. And I am just dying to take that little excerpt out and do a little swatch. Though I love the entire idea of a memory sampler, like in memoriam. Is that how you say it? I think this is so pretty. Thank you, Annie. And then she brought me something from a recent trip she was on. She can tell you more about it in her upcoming Floss Tube video. Again, she is XO Needle in the Hay XO. But she did bring me this DMC chart. I think it is called Coloris. And this is what it looks like. This is a vintage chart, and it is a Christmas pattern. And what I find so very interesting about this is that it features the DMC variegated threads. The ones you see at the craft store and you think, could I use those? How would I use those? I'm just not sure. And that is the thread they model stitched this piece with. Let me show you a little close up. You can see there's a whole bunch of different colors in here, and they are the variegated threads. And I only learned that by looking at the back. Let me get to it. Where they have like the wrapped portion of the threads next to what it looks like stitched up. And I think this is so super cool because my brain can't look at those strands of thread, those skeins of threads, and translate what it would look like in reality. So in this case, DMC did it for us. Isn't that so cool? I've never seen anything like this. And it makes me feel more ready to grab one of those funky skeins and use it. They are generally really, really variegated, more so than what I usually use. But this is a great way to see how they would stitch up. So thank you, Annie. I am really excited to study this more, and you might have just introduced a whole new type of thread to my stitching world. I have just 2 other random things that I would share with you if we were sitting down over coffee. Like I said, they are completely not stitching related, but they are things that have brought me happiness and that I have been enjoying over the past couple months, really. One is really, really random. But I like to share the things I like with my friends. And it is the Downy like scent booster little little jewels or gems that you put in with your wash. This is so good. I mean, as good as washing clothes can be. The scent is so nice, and it's been just this like little luxurious treat when it comes time to do laundry. I bought a couple of these so far. There's a couple different scents. I by far love the white lavender most, and if you want to just make doing laundry a little more fun and make your clothes smell a little yummier, then this might be something to try. I've gotten it in stores and on Amazon, and it just, I don't know, anything to make laundry more enjoyable. The scent is wonderful, and I love having it on my clothes, and particularly on my sheets and pillowcases and blankets and stuff like that. Super random, I know, but it's made me really happy, and I purchased it a couple times. Now, maybe more exciting than laundry scent boosters is a book series that I've just wrapped up. I think I mentioned in my last video that I have been reading a ton, and that continues, and it includes the whole 5-book series by Sarah J. Maas called A Court of Thorn and Roses. I have seen people reading this series for many years, and it is a fantasy series, a fantasy romance series. And I wasn't sure if my brain could wrap around fantasy, but oh my gosh, I could not put this down. These are thick, thick books, and I loved every single one. In fact, I dare say that the 6th book was my favorite. The 2nd and the 6th book were my favorite. So very good. They are not young adult books, I will say that. That is what I thought this series was before I picked it up. I thought it was going to be a young adult kind of Twilight-esque book, which I did love. They are not young adult appropriate in a very good way. So good. If you have been on the fence or curious if you should read it, I would recommend buying book number 1. Know that you are just in store for such a treat, and the books get better. Book 1 is fabulous, but they get even better, and I really, really loved the series, so much so that as I was reading, I was bringing each of these mega books down the street to a free little library that's set up and dropping them off there so I wouldn't have to move them, like get everything out of the house. We are moving. I don't want to move anything extra. And by the time I got to this last book, I finished it about a month ago, or maybe a couple weeks ago. I was so sad that I had donated the other 5 books already because I know that I will want to reread this one day. They're that good. So, if you are a reader, if you are open to romantic fantasy, oh man, and you want to start a long series that will entertain you for probably a couple months, I definitely recommend A Court of Thorns and Roses. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to chat with you about. I will be back I will be back for that seasonal plans video I promised, and to share with you the new space when we move. Like I said, we're a little under a month before that happens, and things could get a little bit crazy. Don't forget that if you are interested in doing the Strawberry Moon Sal with me, the cross stitch community, and Marjorie, who hosts it, and you are still looking for a pattern, that Strawberry Moon pattern is in my membership right now. I can't wait to get started on that. I feel like this video was a little bit shaky and rough, just not in my groove, but that's okay. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. I hope that you have been well and you get lots of stitching in until we chat again, and I will see you then. Bye.